Hi everybody, this is just a short video on the GQ-4X EEPROM programmer. It's a true USB programmer and it will work with Windows XP and Windows 7 and other Microsoft operating systems, and it will also work with the 32 or 64-bit versions, where some of the others struggle with the 64-bit versions. So there's a number of places you can read the information about the programmer. You can either go to eeprom-programmers.co.uk and all the information is here, or if you're a member of Television Magazine Forum, all the details are on there as well. You can purchase it through either website, and the price is the same on both. I just wanted to show you how to download the actual software and the device supported list. If you were on eeprom-programmers.co.uk, you just need to click on support, and the download section, just click here, and there are a few downloads. We have the user manual, which is there, the latest software, which is the 6.14 version, and these links will be updated as the new versions come out. The USB drivers, the latest ones can be downloaded there. When you actually install the software, the version 1.1 drivers are installed, but you can download this and install the 2.0 USB drivers. It doesn't make any difference to the performance of the equipment. It's just if you want to stay up to date, you can install the 2.0 drivers, but as I say, it doesn't make any difference to the actual use of the equipment. I've made up a devices supported list here, and you can download that and actually use the search feature to search for any device you need to program. It also tells you if any particular adapter is needed, and all adapters are available to buy. The actual kit, as you can see here, comes with the programmer, the Pomona surface mount clip. That is your standard surface mount EEPROM adapter, and this one here is for the newer flash EEPROMs that you would find on the CV109H chassis. That's what it comes with here. These two pictures are showing you the HDMI adapter that is available separately, and I'll just show you that here. Just click on the photo. The adapter is shown here fitted to the Lloyd Research PC2400 programmer. It's the one we always used to recommend, and it's still available to purchase, but I think it's been really superseded by the GQ-4X, which can handle far more devices than the PC2400. The adapter is the little piece here. It just clicks into either of the programmers, and then you would just connect it to the HDMI port on the TV you want to program with your standard HDMI cable. That way you can read HDMI EEPROMs without even taking the back of the set off. You just need to make sure that the set is in standby when you take the reading. Generally though, the GQ-4X will provide power to the circuit when you need to read or write to an EEPROM, so the set would be unplugged generally. It's only when you use this HDMI adapter that the set would need to be in standby. And the reason for that is the adapter was originally built for the PC2400, and that always requires the set to be in standby, as it doesn't supply power to the circuits. So get rid of that. So yes, if you're using the PC2400 HDMI adapter in the GQ-4X, you do need to remember to have the set in the standby mode. Also recently we've noticed that a set perhaps with 3 HDMI EEPROMs, normally you can just plug the adapter, the cable into each HDMI port in turn, and just read the HDMI 1, 2 and 3 EEPROMs and save them. We've noticed recently that some sets have to be put to the HDMI 1 channel and then turn to standby and read HDMI 1, then turn the set back on, select HDMI 2 on the set and then put it to standby, and so on to get the 3 or however many EEPROM dumps that it has. So it's just something to bear in mind if you come across a situation where the reader doesn't seem to be working correctly. We're just going to go back to the folder here. As I say, you can download each of these files from the Television Magazine Forum site or from the eeprom-programmers.co.uk website. We have the user guide, which is quite comprehensive, and we'll run through installation of the software and how to use the programmer, etc. It's all pretty straightforward, and I'll actually show that to you in a minute. The devices supported list I've made up, and just scroll through this. It's just basically a list. Now, because this is a PDF file, you can actually search for a device and it will come up. It will show you the device here, whether an adapter is needed and which programmer it works. Of course, we're only talking about the more modern GQ-4X here, so you can check any device and whether it needs an adapter or not. All the adapters are available to order, but the kit that we sell is specifically for TV engineers, and it covers the most popular adapters that you will need at the moment. So let's just go back to that. Right, so to install, after you've downloaded the main software program, this one here, there's a couple of things you will need to do, especially if you are on Windows 7. You would need to go over to the file, right click and then select Properties. Now at the bottom here you'll see Security, and it will say this file came from another computer and might be blocked. To help protect this computer, you must click on Unblock and then select OK, and that will now run correctly. One other step you need to do, you can't just double click it, or you can, but it might not install properly. So what you need to do is right click again and select Run as Administrator. That will allow the program to install with full privileges and will work correctly after it has installed and you've gone through all these steps. It's already on this computer, so I'm just going to cancel. Actually, no, let's modify it. It doesn't make any difference. And just click on Install, and that's it, finished. Now the USB driver will be installed automatically when this program has run, and then you can run the program by going to Programs, and it comes under GQ USB Programmer. Just click on that, and then you can launch the USB Programmer.exe. Just click on that. And that is the interface for the adapter. Now, as the adapter is not actually connected at the moment, it will say that it did not get a response and this is a demo only, but you can still type in device and test it out. So let's say we wanted to do a 24CO2. You can click on device and type in 24C02 and a list will come up. So let's say it's that one. In fact, this is the one we use to read and write from the HDMI EEPROMs. So you just click on that and it will tell you the device here, manufacturer, well it's a generic one, no adapter required, and both of the programmers listed here can handle that. So you then click select. The interface has been updated telling you what device it is. At this stage you would either place the chip into the socket of the programmer as is shown here. If you have an adapter, you can clip the adapter onto the IC in circuit, or if you are using the HDMI adapter, then you can put the telly into standby, plug the adapter into here and connect the HDMI cable. And what you would do then is click on read, and normally that will obviously read the chip. The 24C02 will be read quite quickly, and it will, you can then verify it here if you wanted to, and you could then save the dump, and you can call it HDMI whatever, and you can save it wherever you'd like to save it. It's saved as a binary file generally, but you can save as a hex file, MotorLS, or all files. I think generally bin, .bin is the standard to use there. And at that point, once it's saved, you can open it and load it back in at any point. And you can actually see the code that's coming from a chip by clicking on code. You can see there, I mean, obviously there's no device connected at the moment, so by default it will come up with a blank reading, and that blank is all FFs. Blank is not 00 in every position, blank is FF in every position. So that's that. Some devices will allow you to check whether they're blank, other devices will allow you to erase them and then reprogram them. So if we were going to program this now, we would connect a blank chip into the programmer. We could either open up a file that we've saved, or in this case that's the data we've loaded in, and we can then click on write, and that would write to the programmer, sorry, to the device, and progress would be shown on the screen, and then it would automatically verify, and as long as that all comes back completed, then you know that that IC is correctly programmed. Another popular one at the moment is the flash EEPROMs. Again, you click on device, and then you click W25X32. It doesn't seem to make any difference which one here you select, certainly not for the CV109H sets. So you can either double click that or single click and then hit select, and this time you'll see here that it is showing you that you need an adapter, and the one we sell in the kit is the ADP-081. Not sure what the 027 is, but this was the most easy to use. Again, you can try and use the clip that the set comes with, this one here. Very often you'll find that because of the location of the EEPROM, it's hard, if not impossible, to get this clip over the IC. And to be honest, really I don't use the clip too often. It's much easier just to quickly pop the chip out and pop it into this adapter here. So that's what I would recommend usually. You do have to be careful to make sure that you get all the solder off the pins, otherwise contact can be not made on all of the 8 pins. So after you've popped it out, just wick the any excess solder off the pins, and it'll pop into there and read correctly. Now, because this chip has much greater memory, it will take longer to read, and it will take longer to write than the lower capacity 24C02. And writing, I mean, we're talking 3.5 to 4 minutes, that sort of length of time. And this, I've just done a quick read. It's not connected, so it's all blank, but that's how it would come up. You can see how much data that it's collected, or it thinks it's collected there. The ASCII part here, if you scroll through this after you've read a chip that's connected, you'll often see text in here. Again, it's just more interesting than that, but you will see various bits of text. It might say you know, M star or DVD, things like that will come up in that ASCII column. That's about it really. As I say, any EEPROM adapter, any adapter you need will be listed depending on the device that you type. You can navigate this by make, manufacturer of the chip. Let's just select one at random. Yeah, so no adapter is required for that one. That's pretty much it. You do need to check if you pop an EEPROM in and you think it's read okay. You know, no error message is going to pop up here when I type in read, but you can often see by the checksum whether the read has come back as blank. So if we just change that to 24 CO2 again. Oops, I think we did that right. Let's try that again, 24C02. Yeah, let's change to it this time. If I do a read, it's read nothing obviously, and the FF00 has come up. You will never get that on a programmed EEPROM. The checksum will always be different. So look at the checksum. If you're not sure it's read correctly, check the data here. If it all appears random, then that's almost certainly a good read. If it all comes back FFs, then you know either the chip was incorrectly, not made proper contact, or it was not placed in there correctly. You don't need to worry about the speed. It's by default set at the fastest speed. If you should have a particularly troublesome EEPROM, and this generally won't apply to most TV engineers' EEPROMs that we're talking about, you can decrease the speed of reading and writing, and that will help in certain circumstances. But it's not a circumstance I've ever had to deal with. It's not been a problem for me. Auto mode is selected write and verify, so when you click on write, it will automatically verify, and you can just click auto mode here, and that will go through the same procedure of writing and then verifying. But you can program it. You know, if you want to say erase and then write and verify, you can do that, and you just click the auto mode, and that will do that. Normally when there's a chip connected, you'll actually get the progress bar at the bottom, and it will be telling you what it's doing. And that's about it. There's loads of other features on here. The ones up here just really replicate the ones that are on the side, so you can access the device list from here if you want, just like that. Personally, I prefer to do it all there. There is a little calculator. You can do hex calculations. Again, it's not something I've ever needed, but you never know. It might be useful to somebody. So the software is very stable. No issues with that. If it ever does crash or you get unpredictable results from the programmer, then the simplest thing is just to shut the software down, unplug the programmer, plug it back in again, and restart the software, and that should get you up and running again. So that is probably about it. Just really wanted to mention a couple of things, especially about the installation of the software. If you've got any problems, you can contact me through the website here. The email addresses are there, and phone numbers there also. And if you're a member of the forum, well, we have a section just about the GQ-4X programmer, and you can email me or contact me through the forum. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.